So, to all who follow Kana Spirit Center, I'm very blessed to announce that we have another cohort opening up because the May cohort is fully booked. We're starting the Psychic Development Program in June the 30th again, 2025. Now, it's important to note that there's only 3 spots. I only work with 3 students, and we spend 6 weeks together. The idea of the Psychic Development Workshop or program, it's a taste of a lifestyle that you kind of need to cultivate for yourself if you're seeking to go on the spiritual path, or at the minimum, understanding who you are linked to your intuition. Intuition is part of your identity, and to not know this side of you is to also kind of like be ignorant to a version of yourself outside of your flesh, your bones, your culture, etc., etc. Many people who go on this path have a calling, and then try and do it DIY because either you feel alone, no one understands, and even if you do have the resources in people who are gifted, sometimes the polarity of how people view spirituality can be very polarized, like very polarized, either all the way left, all the way right, either always love and light, or they on the other side of the spectrum and it's just about, defend, dark, demons, blah, blah, blah. I'd like to imagine that in the spectrum of spirituality, I find balance. I don't like the idea of going all the way here or all the way here. Kind of like how I grew up in South Africa, you're taught to be very streetwise. You're taught that there's no such thing as running away from the inevitable. It is only being aware of the inevitable and knowing how to flow between it. And so whoever goes under my guidance, goes under my ancestral guidance, goes under my spiritual guidance, but more so, you go under a guidance that cultivates your own guidance, your own relationship with intuition, your own relationship with God. I'm not here to connect you to enlightenment. This is something you must practice as a choice in this lifetime. All I'm here to do in the 6 weeks is give you a mind, body, and spiritual kind of awareness across so many facets. So we'll have talks, we'll have practical exercises that we're gonna, do towards the end. But more than that, you're gonna learn about yourself. I'm not gonna really force you. It's all up to you. And if you truly feel like being part of a community is how you want to learn about yourself, in as much as there's time where you're going to be alone and you need to practice alone through your meditations and what I teach you about meditation, through your prayer, what I teach you in and around the space of prayer. Outside of all of that, there's also a community aspect. Remember, you're going to be part of one of 3 people that go on this journey. Outside of that, you don't realize, but once you secure your spot, you're one of a large group who have done this program over like a 2-year period. And these individuals are from all around the world. So you go into a group where you fall part of an alumni, and they all know what you're going through in the 6 weeks. They've all been through this program, and they also know how it rolls out after the 6 weeks is done. Then what? So I like creating just an environment for people to use intuition as knowledge about themselves, and then not becoming victim to intuition, not going hermit mode and falling victim to I feel, I take on, I don't know what to do with my gift. And there's a protective, defensive kind of architecture and psyche in and around understanding thyself. And I don't like that. I like teaching balance. I like bringing play. I like bringing discernment. And I like genuinely using things like subtlety, quiet, stillness as part of how you understand thyself in the spectrum of your gift. It's not just about seeing things. It's not just about I dream things, they come true. It's not just about I feel people and I can understand them. There's more going on in this spectrum. There's a lot more going on. And it's not about overloading your cup and serving you everything, more than it is about knowing what enough is for you. And that can only come about if you are in a position and a genuine place in your life where timing and this message coincide. So before you go emailing me and saying I want to be part of your program, I would love for you to talk to the one I go to for guidance, and that's God. Have a conversation with God before you come to me. I'm not here to, tell you and guarantee you and God is like my boss. And if there's a conversation you've had with God from your stomach, not your mind, I think then there will be an alignment in what I share, and then you sign up. But don't think of this as a mental decision. This is a spiritual decision, which means your stomach must participate as an active energy source in deciding to be part of this program. It's not something that you must think about. Those who know. And once you join, you're not just joining as you, Jessica, or you, whoever your name is, Tepo, Sipo, Donovan, whoever you are. You're joining with your maternal and your paternal lineage spiritually as well. So your ancestral development in learning about all you're going to learn about here is also participating. So think of this as a very, very holistic, and when I say holistic, I mean proper holistic, not that holistic where they serve matcha cafe lattes and they say holistic and there's some yoga there. I'm talking about your flippin' ancestors' bones is going to be in class also. To cultivate that kind of relationship and intimacy in spiritual learning is what I enjoy. And that's exactly what we're going to do in June 30th. Only 3 places. I will be very honest with you. There are currently 3 pending requests for June already. So again, it's not about quick and fast. Neglect these timestamps. It's about purpose and intent. And if you email and it just so happens that it all aligns, then it's meant for you. But if it doesn't work out, we either move you over to the next cohort, or you must take it as a sign that maybe I'm not your teacher, maybe I'm not your guide, and maybe you meant to work with someone else. And that is very important to acknowledge too, because not every guide is for every student. You will know who, what, when, and you will feel it in the message. It will be here in your stomach where you're like, no, this is my person. This is my person. And you must try others. You hear this, and then you go to all the other people. See what you feel. See what you hear. See what you dream about, or experience that intuition in being part of this program, because all of that carries over into the 6 weeks. It's a momentum. And most people say, okay, cool. What do I need to start? What do I need to prepare? I'm like, listen here. If you found yourself a spot with me, the work has already begun. It's not about what you must do, what you must buy, what you must... You found a spot. The work has already begun. So I look forward to working with you wherever in the world you are. You are God's children. We are God's children. And those who are aligned to my energy, I genuinely look forward to working with you guys. It's a passion of mine to bring empowerment in understanding intuition as part of your identity. And to neglect intuition is to neglect a part of yourself completely. We must get to that root understanding of ourselves so we don't acknowledge fear with intuition anymore. We come into faith with intuition. whether you join this workshop or not, or this program or not, just take that peace away. Fear and intuition is oil and water. Faith and intuition, absent of the mind, is alignment. Trust your intuition, and look forward to working with you. Be at peace.